Hey everyone, Ray Sawvell, raysawvell.com. In today's video, we are going to be discussing how you can get started in digital marketing following several free resources and just several tips I learned along the way. A little bit about me before diving in. I started off in digital marketing back in about 2010 or so, starting in-house, working as a generalist, doing things like email campaigns, social, paid, like everything under one house. After that, I moved to an agency where I was specializing in PPC. Now I work for a great agency outside of Milwaukee where we focus strictly on PPC and SEO, and I moved up to director where I'm working with a team of about 50 or 60 or so. In this video, my goal is to share a lot of the things I've learned along the way, things that have helped me, things that have helped others, and ways that have been mentored with me, things I've shared with other people. So I'm trying to capture that in one area. So the first thing I really want to spend some time talking about today are certifications. Certifications are a great way to get your foot in the door and starting to learn a little bit of exactly what you want to do. And luckily, a lot of the resources are free out there, and the links will be down below in the description. The first resource I'm going to talk about today is Skillshop, and the beautiful thing here with Google is everything that they're offering on this site is free. You just need a Google account to access it, which hopefully you have. If you go to the Get Certified section, it's going to show you the different certifications you can achieve. So there's a bunch within Google Ads, which is paid search, so the different ads that you see on the platform. There's different things like 360, creative, mobile, so if you want to move to like development. There's analytics if you want to learn all about Google Analytics and the different ways that you can do data storytelling. And then there's Waze as well. So their new platform that they purchased 2 or 3 years ago and how you can advertise on Waze. So you can go through their platforms today, and their training modules are pretty comprehensive. It goes from video to text to practice questions to a lot of different things that can get your foot in the door. And when you're first starting in your digital marketing career, you may not understand exactly what you want to do, and that's okay. But getting these basic certifications is going to be a step in the right direction. Now, when I first started in digital marketing, I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do, so I definitely did a shotgun approach where I just went all over the place. That's why in my generalist role, I was doing everything from PR to email marketing to social to paid. I found out over time that I just really love the paid space because I'm able to get results right away. So that's why opening yourself up to a ton of different experiences right away is going to show you exactly what you like and what you don't like. The next resource I want to showcase here is something called Hubspot Academy, and this is a CRM and the way that you can start tracking users across your website and the way that they're interfacing with all of your content from start to finish. So think about this as like inbound marketing and the way that you can learn how users are interacting with your content. HubSpot is great for people who want to maybe be in sales, want to learn about marketing analytics. As you can see, you get like 6 different lessons, 15 videos, 4 quizzes, 2 hours. At the end of this course, you'll get a certification that you can showcase on like your LinkedIn profile, your website, depending on like what exactly you want to do. But again, this is a free resource, and for about 2 hours of your time, you'll get a pretty good understanding if you want to do this type of inbound marketing. So another great resource that I would highly recommend you explore. There's obviously a million and one resources out there when it comes to YouTube or blogs or ways that you can go about learning. And believe it or not, a majority of them are really good. Some basic things that I would recommend that you are on the lookout for is try to stay away from people who are just trying to sell you things. I'm not saying that everything there is bad, but if you're not entirely sure where you want to go in your career, spending a lot of money up front may not be a worthwhile investment. And there's enough resources out on the web to explore for free. And you should just go that route right away and then go deeper after you're able to figure out what you enjoy and what you don't. So a really good resource here is actually still on the HubSpot website. There will be a link down below in the description. And there's a good piece of content that was updated about 6 months ago, so still pretty relevant, where it just shows a bunch of online marketing resources that you can explore. I'm not going to go through every single one of these pieces right now, but as you know, the field of digital marketing is so big, where it goes from content marketing to social to SEO to courses or web design. So there's so many facets of digital marketing that would take so long to explore. But depending on if you find a niche or an area that fits well for you, there are different courses out there that are free that HubSpot actually put together that you can view. So again, link down below in the description, and everything links out to these courses where you can just learn, and just go deep on this educational material. Another free resource. You're on it right now, YouTube. Duh. I mean, everybody uses YouTube to learn. That's hopefully what you're doing right now. But again, stay away from people who are just trying to like hawk like tons of courses at you, trying to get you to buy. There are some really great reputable channels out there, things like Ahrefs. There are some great like people on here as well. Brian Dean, he's also really good. So depending on the course or the content material you want to learn, depending on the field of marketing that you're really enjoying, just throw learn into the search bar and you tend to find some really good things. So if you go like high level, if you go things like, yeah, like learn coding or things like that, you can really find like basics on like where to start and you can get a good idea of like what content to follow. But the thing you got to be careful of with all of this learn is like paralysis by analysis. If you just get stuck in learning the entire time and not actually executing, you're just going to be like a sponge of information and you're not actually putting your learnings to application, and that's going to get you stuck. And this is the next big piece that I would like to focus on. As you can see, there's hundreds of courses or hundreds of areas you can go to when you begin to learn. But if you do not start to put your learnings to the test, you're not going to have a good time. So here are some ways in which I recommend to start getting your foot in the door to start to go deep on some of these subjects that you really enjoy or you might find interesting. If you're trying to get your foot in the door, something like Upwork can be a godsend for learning how to do things. You can put your services on Upwork, probably a lot cheaper than you would normally advertise, but that's okay because if you do your prices lower, you'll be able to learn as you're doing your jobs as well. So you can kind of put that in your description and your profile and learn along the way, and you can offer your services a little bit cheaper. So an example, let's say I really find that I like graphic design and I'm learning a ton about it. I can put some services on Upwork or Craigslist or LinkedIn or wherever, offer my services a little bit cheaper and start to learn while I'm doing these types of things. This is allowing you to get into this doing phase instead of just learning. So if you start to go to Upwork or different websites, you can really start to put your skills to the test. Referrals are also such a huge area where you can start to test things. Think about family and friends, people who may have businesses that they work on. You can offer your services extremely cheap while you're learning as well. Don't overpromise. Definitely be realistic with what you're planning. But offering your services to family and friends can be a great way as well, especially if you do it for like very cheap or even free in some instances. It allows you to build up that skill set and it'll allow you to put together your profile of information to really showcase to potential jobs. Now, LinkedIn is another area that you're really going to want to go deep on once you start getting your certifications and you start building out your profile. Take all of those certifications that you earned and put them directly on your profile. So there's a section on LinkedIn here where you can put in your like different certifications, job experience. You can throw all of this down here. It doesn't seem like a lot, but by taking that information, it's optimizing your LinkedIn profile to ensure that job searchers are able to find those skill sets within your profile. So really make sure you're doing that. Otherwise, all of the different things you're doing aren't being reflected on your profile and won't be able to stand out. Now, there are also really good groups on LinkedIn that I would recommend you join or perhaps explore. Again, this can kind of get you caught into the cesspool of just knowledge and information on LinkedIn. But if you look for different groups in digital marketing, there's a lot of good ones out here. Things like Digital Marketing Worldwide is a pretty solid one. Marketing Pros is also a really good one. There are different learning-based groups that you can join. Drop some more down below in the comments if you have one group that you use a lot. I haven't been in a very active group in a while as I've been working on my YouTube channel, but 2 or 3 years ago when I was more active on LinkedIn groups, this was a really good source of knowledge. The final piece to tie all this together is your LinkedIn profile or your personal brand. Depending on how deep you want to go here, you can go as far as having your website with your suite of information. You can have a YouTube channel similar to mine if you want to go that route, or just like having your online resume on LinkedIn to showcase all the different things you are doing. So by having your LinkedIn profile updated with the most recent information going all the way from your experience down to, your certifications and education. You can also have featured content. So this is where like a lot of these like pro bono things you may be doing for family and friends, you can showcase this information directly on your LinkedIn profile. And by not having any direct experience working for an agency or in-house somewhere, hopefully you can tie all of these different things together and you're actually doing and you're showcasing your skills and you're learning. Because things that I learned 5 or 6 years ago are not even applicable today. Like a chunk of it is, but because we're in digital marketing, things just shift obviously every single day. So really keep that in mind when optimizing your personal brand. And that's about it. Getting your foot in the door for digital marketing can be tough, but with a lot of the resources that are out there, you can really take a lot of the learnings that are out there and start to put them into action through the different tips and recommendations that I put together. If you'd like to connect, learn a little bit more, feel free to drop a comment down below. I will have my link to my LinkedIn profile if you'd like to connect and engage on there. I'm 100% open to that. But let me know what I missed down below in the comments. Also, I have a digital marketing Discord channel if you'd like to share your ideas, and if you'd like to see some of the different things that our community is talking about, definitely make sure to check that out. So I appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, talk to you guys later. Bye.